Hello, my name is Ethan and I'm a college student who just finished my freshman year. Back in the fall, I was in person on campus and I got the chance to film a lot of photos and videos documenting what my move-in process was like. So now that I'm looking back through them for the nostalgia factor and the school year is over, I have put together a montage which showcases those sights and sounds. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll narrate through a couple of sections along the way to talk about what everything was like. Our flight caught a really pretty sunset in the middle of the horizon on the way from Colorado Springs to Rhode Island. And there's something super mesmerizing about seeing the city lights at night from above like that. But after we landed, I spent the day in Rhode Island with my family, and one of the things that caught me off guard most was how my hair started fluffing up in the humidity. Packed in an SUV with all our suitcases, we drove up to Boston and the road markers began to flood in. I remember looking side to side in the car and being super surprised at how dense the forests were packed. Everything looked lush and green that time of year. And soon enough, a couple of campus buildings began to pop up. First, the Holsworthy dorms. Then eventually, as we got closer to our parking spot, the freshman cafeteria, which is called Annenberg, came into view. It's one of those buildings where you have to fully tilt back your head to see it, and I was shocked when I got my first glance of it in person. Saying goodbye to my parents when I arrived was really bittersweet. It's as if that feeling of being on my own in a big campus was starting to pour in. But I got some initial COVID testing done at a pavilion outside and then began to walk to my dorm. One detail I didn't realize online is just how massive the trees in the freshman yard are. They tower over a lot of the dorms and create this beautiful patchwork of shady and sunlit regions in the grass. My freshman dorm, Straus, has a staircase in the middle and then 2 sets of dorms on each level. I loved having one side face the city streets and the other face a yard, since you could hear little bits of both inside. It's really interesting rewatching this video and seeing my items from Colorado slowly getting fused into the new space. I think the whole idea of making the dorm feel like home is something that evolved a lot over the semester and never had a black and white answer for me. As much as the keepsakes I brought from high school tethered me to that feeling of familiarity and comfort, I also started to associate a lot of the features of Cambridge with what home means to me. I believe this room in Straus is meant for 4 people when the campus is at normal density. It has a couple of desks in the common area and looks out at the edge of the yard. There is also a mini fridge and a shelf for some food. My bedroom had 2 bunk beds, a closet, and some dressers for toiletries. And lastly, the bathroom came with a shower and 2 sinks. When I look back on this footage and reflect on the summer before college, I remember the feeling of spontaneously wandering around Google Earth and trying to get a feel for what the city would be like, between staring at that spider web of street names and lecture halls online. In hindsight, it's some of the smallest and most memorable details about Cambridge that the map couldn't capture. I'm not sure if I ever would have known coming into the school year about the way the streetlights glisten beautifully in rainfall, or even about the periodic visits made by an orange cat on campus. These little idiosyncrasies are some of what I miss most about being at college, now that I'm done with this school year. And even though there's no mold to how transitioning through this period should look, I think there's a real beauty that comes with holding on to whichever Easter eggs are authentically special about a place in your memory. In that spirit, I hope by the end of college, I'll be left with a different kind of map from the one I started with, this time filled with hidden gems and bound to me wherever I go, even if that's in Colorado, halfway across the country, or to places I haven't even thought about yet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.